Yeah, as was said, I'm going to take you through just a whole bank of case studies, really, because what I've found is that talking about augmented, there's so much information out there and so much misinformation as well, to be honest, that I find the best way to get it in people's minds what it can and can't do is really to go through how it's been used already, and then maybe with a slight vision of the future. Just one slide, if you can just indulge me on who we are, as I assume most of you may not know. I run end-to-end, as you see there, which is sort of termed digital technologies, but we're very much, I suppose, specialist digital technologies. So augmented reality is a good example, which I'll come back to in a second. We're part of a marketing communications group called HH&S, which has been going about 25 years, history in sales promotion, reward, loyalty. But HH&S has always had an eye on technology and how it could really drive consumer benefit and commercial benefit. And augmented reality really fits into that bracket, I suppose. And how we play in terms of how end-to-end plays is that we become specialists, or try and become specialists at least, in certain technologies. So augmented reality is a prime example of that, where we were one of the very first, in fact the first UK licensee for a company called Mateo, who you may or may not have heard about, but they are, I would certainly term, the world leader in augmented reality. Been in the technology for 10 years, that's all they do, and they've got a bank of 75, 80 developers in Munich, constantly developing the platform, and are really pushing the frontiers back in augmented reality. Right, so that's who we are, and that's what we do. You can just indulge me for one more slide, as I'm going to just give a very basic one slide on augmented, just in case people don't know what it is. Really, in a sentence, augmented reality is the ability to put digital content into a real-world environment, and that's done through a camera of some sort, whether it's a webcam on a PC or a webcam in a kiosk, or through the mobile phone camera. And so very much it's those three channels that we work in, and we've developed apps in already. But of course today we're going to talk about mobile. Just indulge me one more, and I promise that's the end. I'm just going to play one video. I've got a number of videos. This is the only non-mobile one that you see today. So this is Adidas in Germany, and I really just show this because there is a perception that augmented is just about holding a print ad in front of the camera and something happening. Well, augmented is certainly on PC and kiosk is moving very fast away from that, although that's still very possible. So you see here a multimedia experience getting in terms of 3D content animation, in terms of video cut into that. The other nice couple of things that were done here were that there was an augmented reality game hidden in the village itself, so consumers had to actually use the shoe to navigate through the village to find the augmented reality game. Then once they got the game, they used the shoe as the game control. So you see a very interactive, engaging experience, and certainly we're getting a lot of interest from people like spirits companies, FMCG companies, about interactive game experiences as well as these 3D animated experiences that are deliverable through augmented reality. So it is already a lot more than just show a picture and see something happen. Okay, so we are here to talk about mobile, so let's talk about mobile. So what is augmented reality on mobile? Well, I have to say I had a slight panic attack when I saw the agenda and I saw location-based services as a panel discussion, because certainly probably the best known area of augmented reality on mobile is location-based services. But I'm glad to say that there probably wasn't a lot of crossover between what was said this morning, because I'll look at it very much from the commercial point of view and show you, and I was indeed heartened to hear one of the questions about who's using this and what sectors are going to use it. I'll show you a whole raft of different sectors who are already using location-based augmented reality on mobile. And then the second and lesser known area, and the reason it's lesser known is because it's only been available for about 6 months, is feature recognition on mobile, which means basically holding your camera over an image or a product or some sort of visual trigger and then getting either a 3D or a video experience back again. And I'll show you a whole lot of examples about that, different market sectors that have already in the last 6 months, and only the last 6 months, stepped into this. Now, the way that this has been done in the augmented reality world to date has been by using augmented reality apps, or really browsers as they are. And from Mateo, we have Geneo, which is a freely available app browser in the apps market and in the Android market. And all the examples that you'll see today are using the Geneo browser. So what does a Geneo browser do? Well, it's not unique in terms of its location-based augmented reality experience, but these are the sort of things it can do. It gives you your personal guide to your surroundings. So you're holding the phone up, you're seeing points of interest that are on the phone, and then you can interact with those points of interest by just touching the flag on the screen to get information, to get video, to get other content that is pertinent to that point of interest on the screen. There's search capability in there. So one thing that was mentioned was about restaurants. One of the panelists here mentioned about restaurants and location-based. I'll show you an example of that, searching for restaurants and then getting information back. Being able to identify shops or other points of interest, that's possible. Of course, then with Google Maps, getting directions and distances to the points of interest that are of interest to you. I suppose one of the most famous apps in London has been the Crossair augmented reality app, plotted all the tube stations around London. To find service information, but also within Geneo, and these examples that I've just quoted today, or the functionality, is around points of interest that are plotted in really by the provider. But within things like Geneo, within Layer, for example, the user can also be in control. So the user can actually put in points of interest, leave messages for other communities to find. And I think there was one very pertinent remark on the panel about location-based, saying that, well, not everyone wants to be sharing information with everyone. And certainly that's within Geneo, for example, that's very much been recognised. So you can join the Geneo community and share the information with everyone else in Geneo, or you can select to just share it with your Facebook friends who happen to be on Geneo, or your Twitter friends, or indeed with just your phone list, people who are on Geneo. So you are very much in control of the information that you get and you receive using this type of AR app. And then finally, and this will come back to the last slide, when I talk about potential revenue opportunity of mobile and AR, there are advertising and sponsorship opportunities as well. So banner ads can be put obviously within something like an AR app, sponsorship opportunities, couponing, of which there's been a lot of talk today, and I'll show you one example of AR couponing using location-based. All those things are possible, and certainly in the future will start to drive revenue out of location-based and feature recognition AR, mobile AR. Right, so said about a load of case studies, and we haven't seen one yet, so let's get into one. So starting really with the location-based side first, before I move on to the feature recognition section, I think this is a very good example of where location-based AR has been used to really drive a mobile strategy of an organisation, in this case eBay, where eBay obviously very well known, their classified advertising section, and they wanted to drive their mobile strategy by effectively mobilising their content. I'll play a video now because the young lady on the video gives a far better explanation of the total capability than I can, and it'll give you a rest from my voice as well, so everyone benefits, I think.
Hey there, eBay Classifieds fans. Kat Schwartz here again with another interesting new piece of technology from eBay Classifieds. Today we're talking about an app called Geneo, and this is an app that uses augmented reality to show you listings available in your area. Okay, so what does that mean? First, go to the App Store and download Geneo, Junao. Once you get it on your phone, sign up for an account. It's easy, it's free. Once you get the app going, what I want you to do is go into the little box on the top and type in the word eBay, E-B-A-Y. eBay Classifieds pops right up. Click on it. Now, what's going to happen in a second is you're going to see that I'm actually looking at eBay Classifieds ads popping up on my phone wherever I point. So wherever I'm pointing my phone, it's actually looking for listings available in the area. How cool is that? Then what you can do is you can click on one of the ads, it pops up the ad, and it gives you information about the ad right there on the phone. You can open it on the web if you want to get more details about what the ad is, and that takes you to the ad's actual page. From there, you can click on the phone number and call someone or contact them through email, whatever it is. The ad is right there on your phone. It's a really fascinating way to look at things. As you can see, as I'm moving my phone, the ads are coming up. You can also filter through the ads by clicking on the filter button, and then I can search eBay Classifieds for, say, a pet. And then all of the pets in the area will show up on the app. Wow, that's just so cool. I can't believe it can do that. You can
have a
also
vote
go
about how
ahead
cool
and
it is
do
at
a
the end,
list feature, which shows you all of the ads in your area, or a map feature, which will give you the actual map of your area with all of the listings there as well. Really cool stuff. Head to the App Store again, Junaio, Junaio.
Thank you. Okay, so that's a good example of a company mobilizing using location AR.